Hey guys, welcome to our podcast. I'm Jessica,
I'm Kinsey.
and we are two girls.
Zero fucks.
We're going to talk about things like marriage and dating and
Kids and no kids.
and life and work and empowerment.
Going after what you want. Stop making excuses.
Yes. Get out of your comfort zone.
Stop fucking caring what other people think.
Stop fucking other people.
Stop giving too many fucks, damn it.
I love it. I'm excited.
Can we just talk about how life actually is
Yes.
without trying to be something else?
Exactly. Yes, we can actually talk about that, and we're going to.
That's exactly how this whole thing got started.
Because we sit and I call you and we talk about it anyway, and then I'm like, we need to record this, because if I would have heard this from someone else, I would feel so much better. Because
I know, it's amazing how much better you can feel about your situation or what's going on in your life, even if some stranger tells the same story. Like, you can instantly bond and
seriously,
feel
that's
a
like,
little bit better.
That's
It happened to me the other day.
What?
She's a friend of mine. She was a client, and she wrote a blog about something going on in her life, very personal. And the very beginning of her blog, she talked about, I wasn't going to write this blog, but then I thought if I could just reach one person, it will totally be worth it. And she wrote that blog for me. Like, she just didn't even realize it. Like,
right.
The timing of it, everything that she wrote about it, like, holy, shit just kind of reaches in and, like, grabs your soul and kind of shakes it a little bit.
Absolutely.
That's what happened.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. I reached out to her and was like, okay, so I just need to tell you how much your blog post, like, affected me and how much it means to me. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, thank you. That means so much.
Right. That was the whole point of
her
doing
that.
That's
why I posted it, was if I could just reach one person.
Right. I get girls that send that shit to me all the time too. Like, oh my God, where I'm posting it and just thinking, oh, this is probably stupid. Where a lot of people are feeling that way. And a lot of girls don't have, like me and Mackenzie, we don't have kids. So, like, we have a lot of time, more free time than most girls. So, like, girls with kids and stuff, like, you don't have really close friends a lot of times to be like, oh my God, I have to explain this situation. So a lot of people just feel alone. So these kind of outlets are super fucking important. To be like, okay, yeah. I'm not out here by myself struggling with life. No.
We're all riding the struggle bus. It's just a matter of who puts on the best front or not.
That's it.
Which is stupid.
I hate it.
And then, like, the over curated, life that people put up on their social media literally makes my eyes roll to the back of my fucking head. And, like, I even get caught up in it because, like, unfortunately, it's that stupid norm, and I definitely want to fight it and, like, push back on it.
I know. It's hard, though, because
that's what this is.
I find myself, sometimes I'll even go back and look through my Instagram and be like, okay, like, because you don't want to be negative, but at the same time, you don't want to be fake. There's a really fine line. There's a lot of really fake people out there, and then those are the ones that people look at like, oh my God, their life is perfect, and it's like, no one's life is perfect. I am here to tell you it all.
No, I know. Can we just, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Can we just, like, sit in the fact of, like, what life really is? Like,
yes, we can. We're going
outside of social media, outside of, like, the computer and your cell phone, and I'm so scared because I feel like those times, like, those days are over. Everything has to do with your phone now.
No, it is. They are over, and that's why we have to embrace it. Like, it is what it is. You're on your phone 90% of your day. Like, when you have a question about something, you go to your phone. Like, when you want to escape, you go to your phone. Like, I went to the doctor this morning, And I swear to God, I was sitting there because you know how long you wait in the fucking doctor's office. So I'm sitting, and it was my yearly women's exam. Yay. So I'm sitting on that damn table with no clothes on.
Naked, cold, waiting when the hell they're going to come in.
And my phone was in my purse, okay? And I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what to think about. Like, there's nothing to think about. I got to go get my phone. Like, I just got on Instagram, like, for no reason. Like, it's just, it's like it's
completely mindless.
It's mindless anymore. It's like, wait, I need my phone because I can't just not think. Like, I can't just sit here and stare at this wall. I have to look at something. I have to be like engaged in something. So it is what it is anymore. It sucks because our generation got a little bit of both. Like, kids nowadays, like, life is just going to be different for them. But we struggle because we're like, but we know that we don't really need this phone. But we really want it, and we really want to know what that girl in Australia with the perfect husband and the perfect body and the perfect fucking everything. I want to know what she's doing today because she's probably just living the dream life when she's probably really at home fucking with zit cream all over her face, yelling at her damn kids, hating her life. But she will sure post that booty pic tonight talking about how amazing she is. Like, dude, it sucks.
I know. I want to know where that even like comes from because I'm the same way. I've been in the doctor and like my first thought is like, oh, I'm gonna grab my phone instead of this magazine, or I'm gonna post a Snapchat that I'm here. Even though nobody gives a fuck where I'm at,
no one cares.
What I'm doing. Honestly, what is this validation? Like, and that's just it. Half the time that the shit you post, you don't even get validation from, or you don't get what you're seeking. Well, because you probably don't actually know what you're seeking, but you know what I mean? Like, do people actually comment on it and like make you feel better, or is it just you need to see the likes coming in, or
right? I don't know. It's almost like a mental mind fuck. Yeah, it really is because you're right. Like, what is it that we're looking for on there? I
guess, like, I mean, I post pictures of my dogs not because I need or want anybody to tell me how cute they are, because I clearly
you love them.
I guess I just feel like I just feel I need to grace your presence with my fucking dogs.
That's probably the way people think of their kids. Yeah, they're just like, this is my fucking life. Like, that's their entertainment for the day. Like, sometimes it's really nice to go back and I look at my own Instagram and like I use it for my own damn self and I'll just be like, man, what was I doing last year around this time? So like there are positive things to get from like social media and the internet nowadays. Like it documents our life. Like that's so fucking cool because you know how cool it is to go, like when I would go over to my grandparents' house and they'd be like, let's put in this old home video, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like that's so cool. That was like
so
rare.
I totally get that because you're right. It is a way. It's like a diary, and it's a lot easier. You're going in and you're documenting it. And I do love that. I love that fact, and I love the idea that it's an easy way that I can see what you're doing because you're all the way in fucking BFE,
right?
And I can check what my other friends are doing. But it's like Facebook. That's all Facebook used to be. But now all it is advertisements and politics, and like it's just become like a soapbox. So I am over Facebook. If it wasn't for business, I would not have Facebook. But I think Facebook is dead. Like all these young kids are like, what?
Facebook? No, yeah, Facebook's totally like, my mom loves Facebook type shit. Yeah, no, Facebook's
yeah, exactly. Like it's definitely. I remember the first time one of my younger friends said that to me. She's like, "Oh, honey," she's like, "Facebook, that's like your mom." I'm like, "Oh my god."
I like Instagram. That's my thing. I love Instagram. That's because that's the photographer in us. I like pictures and stuff, and it just gets to the point.
Yeah.
So, other than that, this is the kind of stuff we want to talk about. Talk about real life stuff, daily stuff, like. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves, like officially, say how we met. Yeah. So, I'm Jessica. I'm in Ohio. I'm a hot fucking mess that doesn't really know what she's doing with her life. I'm 31. I'm recently divorced. I have a photography business, but I'm actually thinking about moving away from here. So I just have a lot going on with life right now. So I can relate to a lot of girls and a lot of different struggles.
Isn't it better to have a lot going on than nothing, though?
Yes. I don't like when I don't have anything going on. I don't sit still. I'm not a homebody. Like, when I'm home for more than a couple days, like at night, I'm like, okay, I need to just go do something. I don't care. I just got to get out of here. No, I'm a goer for sure. I've always been like that. So, and little Kenzie, where are you from? What are you doing with your life?
My name's Mackenzie. You can call me Kenzie. That's what all my closest friends call me. I live in the most beautiful state, Colorado. Well, I shouldn't say most beautiful. I'm pretty partial to California as well.
Right.
I moved here from San Diego. I grew up in a small town in Nebraska, but I'm a go-getter too, and I didn't want to stay in Nebraska. And I thought, where the hell should I go? If I'm going to leave home, I got to go to the best place possible. San Diego.
You did.
8 years in the most beautiful city, and now I'm in the most beautiful state.
Yeah, so go ahead and rub it in, please. Okay. For all my people listening from Ohio, as you're looking out, yesterday was the first day of spring? Oh, okay, that's nice, because we got a snowstorm last night, so that's cool. There's like 6 inches of snow out there.
It's pretty beautiful here.
I'm sure.
I know. But, yeah, I have a photography business as well. I also do hair. Jessica and I met at a boudoir workshop about a year ago.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much just, you meet those people and you're just like...
What was your first thoughts when you met me? Because I want to tell you mine.
Oh, God. I already know what you're going to say because everyone says the same thing.
But I loved it at the same time.
Okay. Naturally, I feel like girls always size each other up.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Positive or negative. Let's just call it like it is. So I was obviously like nervous because my trip to get to, where were we again? Iowa. My trip to get there was insane. I flew into Omaha. I had a stranger come pick me up, and she was the most adorable, curly-haired, tiny little perky Barbie doll. I'm like, oh my God, this girl's so cute. Pick me up, and then we literally drove to the middle of nowhere. Like, I was thinking we were gonna get like lost, and our phones weren't working. But anyways, so we walk into the house. You were already there, right?
Yes, I was already there.
Yeah.
I think. No.
Yeah, I think you were.
I might have been. Whatever. That's minor detail.
And I just remember, I'm like, oh, she's pretty. I'm like, damn, she has a really nice ass.
I love it.
I'm pretty sure that was because you were so quiet too.
I
could tell instantly, like if I was gonna gravitate to anybody, it was gonna be you or, oh God, who's the other girl? There was like another one I knew that we were like gonna get along, but.
That's amazing.
Okay, I need to know what you thought.
No, I felt the same. I felt the same way because I remember. So I didn't really pay attention to anyone very much because I was just trying to take it all in. Because for me, that was like kind of. I was nervous too. Because what was there, like 10 of us, like 10 girls, just in a house?
Not even that. It was so small.
8, 10. I'm thinking everyone that was there. I mean, there was like 8 or 10 of us. So I'm like, all right, okay, and there might not have been that many because I was including like Jasmine and Winter and everybody. But anyway, so I'm just like, all right, just chill. Like, I don't even know. I'm intimidated instantly because my boudoir business was like just minimal. I just wanted to get into it. So I'm like, all right, all these girls are like doing this shit already. I just need to chill and take it all in. So I just kind of sat in a corner. But you had the fucking RBF or whatever the hell it's called.
See?
But I love it. But I was like, okay, but there's just something gravitational. It was just a gravitational thing. It was a vibe thing. It was I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like sit closer to her. Or I almost felt like comfort with you a little bit without even talking to you yet. It was weird. Because I do. I'm an observer. So I'm not quiet at all. I'm actually really fucking loud and I'm very outgoing. But when I walk into a room of no one I know, I do that like vibe
That's
thing.
how I am. Yeah, you sit back.
Yep.
Take it in.
Yep.
Feel everybody out. Because yeah, I'm the same. Like once you get to know me, I'm so blunt and I'm so like, and like if I feel like if I'm like that right off the bat, people like it's a lot to handle.
Yes. So I'm the same way. So I'm super quiet, but then I pick who I want. I do this when I go out too. Like, I'll be like, all right, I want to sit by these people. And then I'll go sit around them. And then eventually I'm fucking their best friend by the end of the night. Like, that's how it kind of goes. So, like, so that's how I was with you. Like, I'm like, all right, I want to sit closer to her and like start talking to her. And then we just slowly, because I knew, I'm like, she's intimidating because she's sitting over there a little with her hard ass look on her face. But I'm like, but I'm feeling something from her that I think I'm going to like her the most. So I'm like, I'm sitting closer to her. So it was good. And then when you were like, let's go shoot downtown, I'm like, fuck yes. And then we just kind of like, we're not really separable since
Yeah,
then.
the rest was history.
Then
I
we
think it
hung
was
out.
the first, what was that night we all sat around like watching like uh music videos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's when you came out of your shell.
I
And
did.
I was like, and I loved it because you were talking about like how you loved that music video and how like intricate it was, and like
Kendrick
I could
Humble,
tell that you
yes.
appreciate like passion. And so
Yes.
that night I was like, okay,
All right. Bitch, it's on. That was
I
so
get
good.
this. And then I asked you like, hey, do you want to basically like get naked and go downtown
And I'm like,
at
yeah.
6 a.m.?
Absolutely.
And you're like, yes.
It's so good. We had so much fun. That was like huge for me. Like, I signed up for that, and I, like you, like, I rode with a stranger out there. That other girl that I rode with, like, we drove all the way from Ohio to Iowa together. Like, that was a huge fucking thing for me. Like, I don't do shit like that. So
Yeah.
I was meant to go there. I was meant to meet you. I definitely think that all happened for a reason. So
for sure. That was like a highlight of my year last year.
I know. And then Kenzie came and visited me in Ohio in January for over my birthday, and we're trying to get our shit together to be able to meet up again somewhere, because that's going to happen. But in the meantime, we're going to get on here and talk and record it and share it with everybody, because hey, I'm thinking like I'm 31 now. I feel like I'm almost to the point to have enough like life experience and enough trial and error to be able to share some like actual like useful information with people. So I think it's time to just talk some shit out once in a while.
I mean, it's amazing what just talking,
Oh,
like getting out of your own head, like hearing you like explain something to someone else,
right.
like can do for you.
Right.
And not only that, but like we're definitely at an age. I mean, I'm 32. I feel like we're definitely at a point in life. I feel like in your 30s, like you finally start coming into your own. And I'm not
Yes.
saying if you're 30, you should be, fuck that. I'm just saying where we're at in this like time, I'm starting to feel more comfortable with myself. Like
Yes.
I can look back at things and appreciate them, and
I agree.
like moving forward from there.
Like,
so
yeah, I agree. I really
there's
think
obviously people in like the same position are going to be coming into the same position or have been in this situation, and I mean can appreciate that.
right, and give their input. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool because me and you are so much alike, but I think we're also different, which I love that. And the cool part about being different and a lot alike is we are a lot alike in the open-minded part. So when there is a difference, we're not like, yeah, well, fuck you. Like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, actually,
Have a conversation.
Yeah, like, I respect you, so I want to hear your opinion on it, even though mine is different. Like, I fucking hate people that I meet that are so opinionated about something. Like, I get it if they're passionate about it, but if I don't feel the exact same way, they're just like, it's like an argument, and I'm just like, fuck off, man. Like, I'm not even in the mood to fucking talk to you right now. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah. Well, and I think that behind that is like so much, right? Like you can go into like how they were brought up and their personality traits and all that stuff. And I probably used to like be not quite like that kind of person, but I definitely, when I thought I was right, I definitely thought I was right. And I would argue with you until the fucking cows would come home.
Oh,
but
for sure.
Being a little bit older, having a little bit different experiences, and it helps that my brother has always been someone over the last few years that's always been, there's always another side.
Mhm.
So you owe it to yourself and the other person to honestly hear that other side, because they might have an insight or an experience, an opinion that you haven't considered that you might actually agree with. So why not hear it out?
Right.
Like, and take the fucking blinders off, and like, it's not going to kill you or cut down your pride or anything like that to listen to the other side, like, honestly, like, out of respect for another human being, and
Right.
might give you like an actual chance to grow, like maybe 5%
Exactly.
of the time you change your mind, and that's completely fine, because life is about growth, people. Like, good god, every day you should be striving for more, because if you're not, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
But but then the other, 95% of the time it might not change your mind, but you saw something from someone else's eyes. I'm to the
Right.
point in life where I just realize people like that are, it's just part of people. I mean, it's public, and they're going to be there. They're going to be there to test you. And for me, it's almost just a form of entertainment.
Dude, I was just gonna say, I just laugh and just
I
like
just
move
laugh.
on. Like some
I
people
will
let it
listen to
ruin their
you.
day, but no,
Yeah,
it's
no.
fine. I just remember like the way I thought about things, not even 2 years ago, and now how I think about them, and I'm just like, huh, I
Yeah.
really thought I had shit figured out.
Oh
I
my
really
god,
did.
right?
No, you don't. So if you're not open to grow and learn, and then I mean, whatever, that's fine. But
I mean, that's like your first sign, right? And I think, and like being an artist too, like the second you think you've mastered life, or
yeah,
like an art form or just something, is the time that you have officially failed. I mean,
absolutely. I could not agree more
there.
with that.
I mean, I don't care how much you think you know about something, you will never know it all.
No.
You can't. I mean, if someone could argue that and tell me that that's not true, I would love to have that conversation. But like being an artist, like, I've been doing hair, obviously with photography. Like, you will never master anything. Like, you can obviously be super good at something, and you could be the person that knows everything about it. You could be that master stylist or that master photographer, but
Right.
you will always have room to grow.
Right.
And if you're not willing to do that, you've failed. You're failing
Absolutely.
yourself. You're failing the people around you. And I don't understand anybody that thinks that that's it. I've known it all. I can be done with life. Like,
Right. And that just kind of ties in with like it's okay to feel kind of like failed sometimes, or like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's a good thing that you are not seriously perfect. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you second guess. I see like a lot of people being like, I always feel like I've failed as a mother, or I failed as a business owner, or I feel like I'm failing. Like, good, like, okay, all right, like that's good. Like that means that you are learning, trial and error. The thing is, and I know you and I both love fucking Gary Vee, and if you guys do not follow him, you're fucking up, man. I love that guy because he's like, oh, you fucking failed, good, like
Good.
this is fucking great, like what did you learn? Like, what are you gonna, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Keep going. You can be
Mhm.
sad and you can be fucking like, oh, boo hoo, fuck me. You are so allowed to do that. The key is do not stay there. Like, just let
Right.
that come, let that bad day happen, chalk it up, peace the fuck out, on to the next one. Like, dude.
Well, and not only that, this is funny because I just filled out an interview for this thing the other day, and it asked me what stands like in artists' way like the most, and that's I feel like everybody would say the same thing, and it's themselves.
Right.
And I went into talking like I'm in my head so much. I I've definitely learned to not beat myself up so much. You also have to learn that like you are gonna fail. Shit is gonna be hard, but along with that, like accepting that failing is gonna be okay. You also have to allow yourself to celebrate when you succeed,
Right.
like that balance. So, it, you know, it does break my heart when I hear like moms or people like really getting down on themselves, but like it breaks my heart because while you're, you still have that passion, so you're obviously going to have failures. I also think that it's important for you to like take the time and celebrate those little wins.
Right.
You're
It's
going to fail.
it's
It's just
easier
part of
to
life.
focus on the negative though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, so you failed. Good. Okay, move on to the next. Now you've learned something. So
Right.
then when you succeed, can we please just fucking celebrate it? Whether it's with yourself, like clap for your damn self,
Yeah.
or you
Right.
tell all your friends or your family, like,
That's why I
just,
think it's important to to just tell people like when there's so many times like okay, like for instance, you reaching out to that girl that wrote that blog and you just being like, "Hey, I just want you to know that this fucking you touched me today and you helped." Like that girl, like that is what she needed to hear. Like you could have 100 other people probably felt that, but no one said anything. So
yeah.
it's like, I don't know. I've been trying to get better at that. Like I reach out to people all the time. I try to like if I see something, that's the whole point of we'll go all the way back and tie this back into like fucking social media. When you double tap and you like something, like why did you like that? Like it touched you in some way or you made you laugh or made you smile or made you just feel something. Like just if we could just all just celebrate like all the good shit and then when the bad shit comes, like just try to be like, forget about that. On to the next good thing. That would be so much better than, oh, nothing good has happened in 10 years of my life. When it's like, okay, really? Like, please tell me, yes, something good has happened. Like, you know what I mean? But all the bad just outweighs the good all the time. And I hate that
Well,
part.
and that's what, but I think beyond, double tapping and liking something on Instagram or liking something on Facebook, because that holds, for the most part, like zero value. But like maybe
Right.
take an extra time to comment on there, send
Yes.
them like a DM,
Reach
because like
out.
back in the day, it used to be you could call them up,
Yeah.
so the value unfortunately has like gone down in that. But and same thing when I'm out and about and I see a girl, I think their hair is pretty, or like I like some dude's shoes or whatever, like
You tell them.
just say it.
Yeah.
It makes you
Dude.
feel good, it makes them feel good, and it's just like if you can just and like outside of social media, like,
Right. Just
you
be
know
a positive person. Like it's so hard to do. I get it. It's almost like you have to dude, I talk to myself. People probably think I'm nuts. Like I talk to myself a lot. I'm always just like, "Jessica, today we're going to do this and we're going to feel good. And who cares that it's snowing out today and I want to be in the sun?" Like I talk to myself a lot and I pep myself up. And music to me helps a lot. I have music
yeah.
playing all the time. However, I'm kind of feeling like I'll play the music because I'm a mental person. So I have to be like constantly kind of like reassuring and guiding myself in how I'm going to feel that day. And I'm
Well,
not going to lie,
if
I
you're
have
not
bad
gonna
days.
do it, who else is gonna do it? Like
Right.
I am anyone that's known me for like the last probably 15 years knows that I am like the biggest cheerleader for you are the only one that's gonna make yourself happy.
Right.
I've had friends that will like bitch and complain about the same thing over and over, and I will be that friend that will listen to you. But if you're not doing something to change it, like on the inside or whatever you need to do, I'll be the first one to be like, all right, it's been 3 months of you bitching and complaining about this shit, but you're not doing anything about it. So if you're not going to do something about it, you can't come to me anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
just, I mean, that's just who I am. Like,
No, I love, dude.
you can't. Like, one of my best friends from back home in Nebraska, after I moved to San Diego, would call me drunk like every night, like 3 in the morning, like
No.
crying about his situation, where he was at. And finally, I was like, you can't do this anymore. Like, I can't be that shoulder to cry on because all I'm doing is enabling you to
Right.
continue living in this situation. And I said, unless you're going to take steps to move and change your situation, you can't call me. And
Dude.
that talk got him. He actually moved to San Diego, actually not very long after that conversation.
That's amazing.
That's all he needed. And now he's living in San Diego and he's fucking like thriving. I mean, he's having a damn good time, and as far as I know, he's not calling me.
He's not calling you to
You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's amazing. See, I love it. I love it.
So I talk to myself all the time. I mean, I have dogs, so I like to talk to them too. But
right.
You and this whole year for me, like this last actually like 6 months or so, more than that, has literally been a struggle for me because like after that bombing in Orlando,
yeah,
that Pulse nightclub bombing or whatever,
yes.
I literally had a breakdown. I'm not gonna like get into like why it was, but I had that breakdown, and it was just a matter of like you have to choose to be positive. So if you're watching the news, which is only playing negative stuff in the world that you don't even really need to know anyways, like
right.
it's just what you surround yourself with. So
for sure.
And being a boudoir photographer, it's all about like body positivity, and I immerse that myself in that because it also forces me to like walk the walk, and instead
Absolutely.
of looking in the mirror and being like, oh, I probably shouldn't wear this, like there's a little flub hanging out, I'm like, fuck it.
Dude,
like,
yes.
Am I gonna offend somebody? Is this really gonna ruin somebody's day? Is anyone even gonna notice? Like, you have got to sometimes just say fuck it and pep yourself up. Like, it's a hard mental switch to go from focusing on the negative to focusing on the positive.
Oh,
but
it almost seems impossible sometimes, and it's not going to happen
sometimes
overnight.
It does.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, but literally, and I say it all the time to people, like, just do it. Like, Nike really had something with their slogan of just do it, because it literally is just fucking do it.
Right.
Like, we were talking about, like, I was like, I really don't want to go to the gym, and finally I'm just like, I'm just gonna get in my fucking car and I'm just gonna drive there.
Just do it. Just do. Yes. It fucking works too, because
it works. Amazing.
It's amazing.
It's goes back to like me being, you can bitch and complain all you want. It gets so annoying to me when I hear people being like, well, I want to meal prep and I want to lose weight and I want to go to the gym, but this and that and it's like, nope, this is what I want to say. Shut the fuck up and just do it. Just like everything else in your life that you're doing to keep yourself alive or to keep your kids alive, you just do it.
Just have to do it.
You put it on the calendar. You go to the grocery store. For me, I get my meal preps off of Pinterest.
Boom.
I do my grocery shopping online. I know that's not necessarily something everyone has like available to them, but comes right to my door. I already have the recipes. Like,
bitch. Us fuck offs over here in Ohio, Mansfield. We don't get that shit. We just now got a Lyft. We have like one Lyft driver that will try to take people home. We don't get that shit. But
regardless, you do what you need to do. And for me, I hate going to the grocery store, right?
Right.
So I was like, okay, what can I do to just get this done? Because if I have the food, if I have the stuff, I'll do it.
Right.
I'll make it. And for the most part, like, I'll eat it. I definitely have my days. Like, don't get me wrong. I really fucking love a hot and spicy with pickles from McDonald's. But you have to have, like, those like, cheat days, too. It's just all about moderation. But literally, it's just doing it.
And that, we can have a whole fucking podcast on that, because I am, like, a living fucking example of how you can do that shit. Because so we'll save that one for another day, because I could go on until my fucking face is blue talking about that shit.
No, but literally, I went to lunch today with this girl. She was like, so you grew up in Nebraska, and she's like, but you moved to San Diego, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, so why? And I was like, because I wanted to. That's my favorite question, is when someone's like, so why did you move to San Diego?
Right.
Sometimes I'm a real smart ass, and I'll be like, why the hell not? Right. Or I'll just like, But honestly, it was just because I wanted to. Do I have to have like some kind of reason? Like, someone's like, oh, like, was your boyfriend there or your family? I'm like, no. Like, I didn't know anybody. And she looked at me and was like, damn.
Because that's scary.
It is. I mean, I made my best friend at the time move with me. I don't know if I still would have been able to do it alone. I would like to think that I could, but regardless, I did it.
Right, you did it.
I just, at the time I was like, I don't want to live in Nebraska anymore. So I knew what I didn't want. So I changed that. And then you just go from there.
Right. And that goes for
Everything falls
anything.
in place.
Doesn't have to be moving. Like, I'm all about, like, the big shit, like moving or taking the biggest risk of your life. Like, I love that shit. But at the same time, like, it could literally be as simple things, like, you know what I mean? Like, just going to the gym, like we just said, or whatever. But if you just, you just have to fucking switch your mind and be like, I'm going to do it. Because what keeps me going is I look and I think when I'm 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, am I going to look back and be like, oh, when I was 30, I wish I would have never fucking.
Oh my God. You're giving me goosebumps.
Dude.
So before you even said that, I was going to say, if she talks about regrets later on in life, I'm going to piss my pants.
Dude.
And that's literally my driving force.
It's the driving force of that right there is what has switched. I hope everyone is still listening to this, because when I recently had, like, in the last 5 years, I've, like, lost all of my grandparents, and, like, I look at their life and, like, the things that they said. I got very lucky with my grandma and grandpa, the last two, that I got to spend time with them before they died, and, like, it was like a slow decline, you know? So, like, the things that they would say, my grandpa never fucking was like, let me tell you about the job that I took or the money I had or this or that. No, he fucking talked about life experiences, his friends, his family, the risks he took, the vacations he went on, the jokes him and his fucking buddies would tell each other when they were on vacation together, and, like, the life that he lived. Like, he never would look back and be like, well, it blew my mind. It made me fucking rethink things. Like, you're thinking about things wrong. We all are. Because when you get to that age and you're coming up on your fucking death, it's too late. So, like, right now, that's, like, almost impossible to think about. Like, oh, me being 80, I can't even think about that right now. But when you're 80,
it'll be here before we know it.
Right, you're going to be looking back like,
if you're lucky to make it, you know.
And I think that's right. And I think that's why, like, when we said in the beginning of this, like, 30s is, like, a really good fucking age, it's because we've gotten enough life experience to be able to say, remember what I was stressing about 5 and 10 years ago? That shit, I don't even remember that shit.
Yeah, didn't even matter.
Like, you remember it being the end of the world when you had to make this decision or do this or do that, and now you think about it and you're like, dude, I don't even remember that. Like,
well, yeah, like in high school, like,
dude,
if you weren't prom king
or
queen or on the court,
or going
like,
to college,
like, and I look back and I'm just like, I can't even tell you who the fuck was
right.
It literally does
but
not matter, and that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen throughout your life, right? Like, you're gonna stress out about these things, and, like, eventually you're gonna realize it's not that big of a deal.
None of it matters. Nothing. None of this shit matters.
Yeah, my biggest fear in life is getting to a point where, yeah, I'm looking at my deathbed, or I'm realizing that, like, maybe I can't physically do something, or, you know, just something to where you can't anymore, whether you can't go on living, or heaven forbid you go blind, or
anything,
something where you can't anymore. My biggest fear in life, to the point where it literally, like, rattles me, is regret.
It is.
Because that feeling of regret is, oh my God, it will eat you. Because, like, it's ongoing. Like, that regret when you're older of not doing something.
And you never can get back time. That's the one thing you
never get it back.
Can never.
It's gone. So scary to me.
Dude, it is.
That's been like a driving factor for me for a very long time. It just didn't really come to full light until I was probably in my later 20s, obviously early.
Me too.
30s. To be like, man, I just do not want to regret. Like, I am not put on this earth to fucking work for somebody else.
Right,
just to make some money, and everyone's bound by money. Trust me, I get it. You can roll your eyes at me all you want, and I get it. Money makes the world go round.
It does.
But at the the same time, it is not the end all be all. It's
Right.
not. It's not, fucking people.
It's
Not. There's people living out on the grid. They're living homeless. Like blah blah blah. It's not the end all be all.
No.
It's not. It's not death.
And I can tell you from living fucking experience. Well, oh my God, we're gonna have a lot of topics to talk about, but that I'm living experience of that because I thought that's what I wanted. Like I wanted the big house. I wanted the money. I wanted to be able to be like so comfortable. And now I live a super fucking minimalist life and I am so happy in it. Not everyone feels like that and that's okay.
I was gonna say everyone. It just depends on like what you value,
right?
You know, like I totally get that too. And unfortunately, I don't value money. I value experiences.
Me too.
I mean, obviously, you do have to have money for experiences. I mean, I realize that that's also a fact too.
Right.
But like, so I just paid off my car. Is my car fancy? But does it get me to and from places? Yes.
Right.
I wanted to go buy a new car because, woo, cool. Like,
yeah.
But I'm like, wait a minute. I could also just save that money every month and either work less or use that money to travel.
Right.
That's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to keep my shitty little Nissan Versa. It's not even actually shitty. It's a fine car. But like it's not fancy, but it gets me to and from. And I'd rather not have a car payment.
Exactly.
Some people want to have the fancy car.
And that's okay. And see,
that's cool.
The open-mindedness of as long as you're truly happy, then fucking work your ass off and buy a $200,000 car. I don't even care. Like if that's what's making you happy and you're going to be a positive person, then love it. But yeah. I just want to speak to people that are struggling in it because they are not happy and they want to travel more. Like, well, here's what you need to do. I'm telling you. Oh, it's just like, it's amazing. Life's amazing. I don't know. I love it. I'm learning. I'm struggling through it all, but I do a lot of things I think right. I do a lot of them wrong too, but I think that's just balance. And I'm happy with my balance as of right now.
We want to be your girl gang. We want to be someone that you can talk to and bounce ideas off. And I'm definitely going to be the person that's going to give it to you a little bit more straight. Jessica might sugarcoat it.
I know, I am a sugarcoater a little bit. That's why we are amazing together. It's perfect.
But yeah, I mean, we want to know what other people want to talk about too.
Yeah.
We can sit on here and probably talk about ourselves and like what's going on in our lives at the exact moment too, but that's not, it's not necessarily what we're going to be here for. It's just us, like.
Right. But I like that part too.
As boudoir photographers, like we live and breathe like supporting and uplifting other women in any situation. Like I am it takes a lot to like either ruffle my feathers or like for me to be offended by something.
Oh, so. I'm not offended by anything usually at all.
No judgment here.
No.
And like I'm recently getting into the world of erotica a little bit more.
Okay.
We can dive into that.
I didn't know about that part. Okay, I'm putting that on our list of topics. You know, girl. But yeah, so, I mean, I want anyone and everyone to listen to this. Obviously, me and Kenzie are like-minded a little bit. I think both of us kind of are, at least for now, on the boat of, like, we don't want children. We are somewhat feminist people. So, I mean, we're a little bit to the
more
point.
More so than somewhat.
But. Yeah, more so than
because if you're not feminist, like, then what? What are you? You're an asshole.
Really. Yeah, right.
Signing off.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye.